morning, my name's Perry. I'm here with Whistler Water Sports. This morning we're going to have a bit of a look at our Air and Air Pro boards. So we're going to take this Air Pro for a ride first thing, and then we're going to talk you through it. Hi guys, so I'm out here on the Air, the new Air board that's new for this year. I've got it in the Yuzu colorway, and it looks fantastic against Green Lake here in Whistler. I've got Whistler Mountain in the back here, and it just looks fantastic. A couple of things to mention about this board is the volume. So it's a 100-litre board. It's nice and stable. Having trouble with this glassy conditions to work out how high we are. Yeah, so it's nice and stable. The 100-litre board, plenty of float. It's going to be really great for those new riders, really great for those larger guys. Comparison with this board and a standard flight board in the 100-litre is this is a little bit smaller, ever so slightly, and you can feel that when you move it around. It's got a little bit more, it's a bit more nimble. That slightly smaller size just makes it really nice and flowy and floaty. Comparing it to the Air board, which is over here, the Air Pro. Compared with the Air Pro, you definitely notice the larger size of it. This one's a bit thicker than the Air Pro, so when you touch down on the corners, it's not quite as forgiving. That Air Pro, because it's nice and thin, it's a bit more forgiving if you actually touch in a rail. That's probably the only downside to this board, really, apart from the fact you can't put the Explore battery in it, is the fact that the rails, if you touch it down compared with the regular 100-litre board, it gets a little bit sticky and it can throw you off. So that's one point where this board differs from that bigger 100-litre standard fiberglass or carbon flight board. Other than that, it's a pretty amazing package. I really love the grab handles. That's been a huge hit with all the people I've taken out. They love this grab handle at the front. It makes it way easier to grab hold of. That's a real nice addition to this board. Anyway, I'm going to jump on the Pro and give you some thoughts about that. Alright, so I've just jumped over onto the Air Pro here after riding the Air, and I can give you some thoughts about it. So it's obviously smaller, we're talking 80 litres instead of 110. The rails are much thinner, so if you touch down, just like I did just then while you're turning, it tends to not get as stuck in. You find with the bigger board it can grab a little bit, whereas this Air Pro is a bit more forgiving. It's obviously nice and small, more nimble, there's less swing weight at the front. So it turns really nice. It turns kind of just like the carbon board does. Yeah, it's really nice. One more thing I want to talk about is the touchdown. So if you touch down the board on the surface while you're on the Air Pro, it's much more forgiving. You can ride it long, okay? It's not as nice and as slick as the full carbon or fiberglass Pro board, where you touch down and you hardly lose any speed and you pop back up. There is a little bit of a noticeable difference, but it's not quite like the Air. The Air, because it's got a little bit more size to it, if you touch it down, there is a bit more drag there. So my preference on that size is still going to be the hard board. I would probably choose the hard fiberglass board over the larger Air board. Having said that, this Pro board is going to suit most people. Because it's got a bit more volume than the standard Pro board, pretty much anyone can ride this. You know, if you've got an 80-litre board, you can, if you're 90 kilos, and 200 pounds, or just shy of 200 pounds, pretty much anyone can ride this thing. It doesn't take too much to get going. It's definitely way easier than learning on a standard Pro, or riding a standard Pro board, where you really have to jump over the nose of the board to get the thing up and going. This is a little bit more forgiving, so it's going to suit a wider variety of people, I think. So I mentioned as well, I'm riding both of these boards on the 1500 Cruiser Jet wing setup with the Jet, and that's got a 300 stabilizer as well. So these wings are really good. They're really nice to learn on. They're what we use here. If you come and learn the E-foil oil with us. They're the wings we'll take you out on. They're nice and efficient. They work really well with jet, but they're also actually really carvy and fun as well. So I've taken people out before that have fliteboarded before, never ridden the 1500 wing. They normally ride like a flow series or something, and they're pretty surprised when we try these 1500 wings. They are a really nice wing. They're a beautiful multi-purpose wing. They're just really nice.
So I hope that video was useful for you if you're considering buying a Fliteboard and you're considering which size to get, the Air or the Air Pro, or maybe whether you should get an Air board or a hard board, one of the carbon or the fiberglass boards. If you're looking to buy a board, have a look in our description. There's a link down there for a referral code. If you use this referral code and you're in the local area, then we provide free, that first service is free. If you're not in our local area, not in the Whistler or Sea to Sky area, then feel free to give us a contact. We can see what we can work out if you use our referral code. Might be able to throw in some goodies for you. Give us a call, drop us an email. If you have any questions, comments about the boards or anything in general, just leave that below in the comments section, or alternatively, shoot us an email or give us a call. Hope that was useful. Thanks guys.